We gonna get this thing going one way or another. Hey, Voch Lombardi, don't forget to check out your party over there, man. Make sure they live over there.
Shit, let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, say we live.
Yeah. Let's talk about this 53, man.
Cowboy talk tonight, man.
Yes.
I try to hold it down for everybody. I did a live stream for the fantasy football people. I did pass rush for the pass rush people. We're gonna talk Cowboys tonight. This is what I do at the end of the day, man. It's not.
That's what I'm talking about. And we live like 95, man. Shout out to Joe, man. Tell him who you are, man.
Yo, what's up? Joe Rod, Cowboys blog on YouTube, Cowboys blog net on Twitter and Instagram. What's up, everybody?
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, he's official, man. That guy, Joe, he got all the good materials. Y'all follow his page. Hey, Voch, man, go ahead and break it down again, man, who you are and all this good stuff, man.
I break down film for fun, entertainment, and making people look silly on the internet. That's VOCHLOMBARDI. I break it down. I put it on the screen for all us to see, man. There's no bias. There's no tomfoolery. Tune in, man. Salute. Thanks for having me, love.
Yeah, man, you official, man. So, hey, let's get this thing going, man. Shout out to those that's in the chat box, the flame box, the hot box, however you want to call it. Hey, shout out to Joseph. I think you the first person to lay wood over there. Salute to you, William Perez. That's how they doing it over here, Voch. Money Making Mall. This guy name is Money Making Mall, man. I'm telling you, Baltimore.
Got my man's Conrad Tokyo over here. He a damn Eagles fan. He just tuned in because he want to be cool and stuff. Sushi 817 be tuned in to all the shows. Brian SoCal, salute to you, sir. And we got Slam Dunking Law Nation too. That's
man, Slam Dunking this thing. Yeah, hey, you go ahead and tell the world about this 53-man roster, man. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, they went with 3 quarterbacks, went with 2 running backs. But I was telling people earlier that don't discount double check number 49. He's also a running back / halfback / H-back / whatever you need to put him in. He's that guy, actually.
It's the funny part about it, though, Law. I think people was like waiting on me to like be wrong because I went hard on the roster, Law. Like I went hard. I was like, Bo getting cut, Rico getting cut, Coney Ely getting cut, and even though Rico made the team, like they seem to forget the other situations I was right about. So forget y'all about that. But it's strange how our 4th string tight end, our 3rd string running back was or 4th string running back was so popular. You know what I mean? Why everybody had love for like the backup. You know what I mean? It just didn't make that much sense to me. But I trust the team, and I think we got it right. We'll probably break this thing down position by position if I can find it, online label like that. I'll let y'all talk while I look for it though. But hey man, like the grand scheme of things, I remember once upon a time, like we were worried about who would make the team because we weren't very good. We was asking questions like, who's going to play defensive end for this team? Who's going to play cornerback for this team? Now we're like, who's going to play like the 3rd center? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to be the backup strong safety if Kayvon Frazier get hurt? You know what I mean? So I feel optimistic about all that this year, man.
Hell yeah. We got 1 week to compare, to prepare for the Panthers. Joe, what's on your mind? What's on your mental?
I just I feel good about the roster overall. I like the depth that we have at linebacker. Joe Thomas, Jalen looking really good. The one question I do have is where's Leighton fit into all this thing? You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm wondering about. And kicker, obviously Dan Bailey, the surprise cut, Brett Mayer getting the nod there. So we'll see how that works out.
Man, we was all like, when Dan the Money Man Bailey got kicked off, man, we was like, whoa, what's going on? What we gonna do with that? And it is what it is. Hey, Voch Lombardi, no. GMs always say this. It's better to get rid of a player 2 years soon versus 2 years too late. We always heard that, right?
I remember being on Twitter and, like the Cowboys beat writers be like, okay, Dan Bailey was like 1 for 3 today from 45, and I'm like, ugh. Or Bailey was 2 for 4. Like he didn't have any more perfect days throughout the whole camp, and I don't think anybody really knew that there was actually like a kicker competition. You know what I mean? But just we were watching the 4th preseason game or whatever, and like the backup kicker made like a 57-yarder. We was like, Okay, solid. He's doing that, and Dan Bailey's missing stuff at practice or whatever. It's strange how Cowboys fans, select their loyalty, and it's back at the 80%, man. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we go, oh, the Cowboys coddle their players. They need to let them go. They don't hold their players accountable. You need to fire the coaches. Then we get rid of the 7-year kicker, who's probably one of the most accurate kickers of all time, but he had like bad kicking year and bad kicking practice, and we let him go for that, for losing his job in the training camp or whatever. Now all of a sudden we rush to judgment. I tell you what, y'all ain't gonna be talking that if Dan Bailey missing game-winning field goals. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just gonna happen out of nowhere. This ain't just gonna be just some spontaneous thing, man. Bailey was probably given every shot to keep his job, man. But if you kicker, you got to be as perfect. Like if you quarterback, you could throw an interception or two. You can't be missing field goals like that. Your job need to be as perfect as you can possibly get it.
Hey, Voch, you was a coach, man. You already know sometimes the player that's on the team, you might be best friends with the younger player, right? You might be best friends with the younger player's mom or dad, and you sitting there saying like, but damn, this other guy, jeez.
Trying to take my spot, man.
Man, shoot, I'm gonna have to say something, but I'm gonna have to give this guy an opportunity because he is nailing these kicks, and that's what happened. Somebody in the chat box said that there's video of this Brett guy, number 2. I don't even know how to say the man's last name, but he nailed a 65-yarder.
I don't even know his name.
Number 2, that's the kicker name. How you say his last name? Y'all help me.
I call him fella.
Fella.
oh, fella.
Yes, what I call indeed. They shout out to y'all, man. Sushi 817 over there on Voch panel, man. Shout out to you, Jesse Newman. Thank you for tuning in too as well. Hey, what reservations do you have on the team, though? Either one of y'all can answer that, though.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going with tight end. For me, it's just been a bunch of guys. It kind of looked like Jarwin was the darling here. They kind of anointed him as the guy coming out the gates, and none of these guys are good they're just average in blocking, average in pass catching. I mean, for me, that's a concern. How's that going to play out? Is it even going to be part of the offensive game plan? Are they going to use less emphasis now that Witten's gone and go more with the wide receivers and more of a running game, use Zeke more in the passing game, that kind of thing? So I'm wondering what they do with tight end here.
Hey, 10 personnel now. You
10 personnel, get them off the field. Get them off the field. I think we overreacting a little bit to tight end. I think, it's a lot of tight ends in the league that's trash too. It's only like 6 good ones altogether. When I think about how our offensive algorithm is going to go, Zeke going to get the ball like 25 times. Dak going to get the ball. He going to run the ball like 8 times. Rod going to get like 5. Olawale probably get 1. But we only going to throw the ball 18 times. So what? Gallup get 4. Beasley get 4. You know what I'm saying? Like Hearns will get his, Tavon will get his. If we get any balls to the tight end, and maybe like what, 2 or 3 of them, and we know Gavin Escobar is good for 2 catches a year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even expect us to throw the ball to the tight end that much anyway. I expect them to go out there and block for Zeke, and when we got to get the ball to the tight end, just catch the ball when we get it to you. It ain't like Jason Witten was some big downfield threat. No way. He caught the ball and fell down and move the chains too. And I think it's going to be the same of that for these new tight ends too.
Hell yeah, because we look at it from this aspect. It's lazy reporting when people say, "Oh man, it's going to be hell and brimstone because they don't have old reliable to catch that little 5 shallow pass across the middle or the wide option play." Without that being the quarterback's go-to play, this team is going to crash and burn. No. I remind everybody, how many Super Bowl rings Jason Witten got? How many playoff touchdowns do Jason Witten got, catches? I'm not calling Jason Witten the problem of this offense. But
saying Jason Witten trade.
But I'm telling you right now, vertical seam routes, Jason Witten was absent of those, So I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe you throw in a new wrinkle. The same problem that we will have without Jason Witten, guess what? The same problem the opposition will have, because they don't have tape to study up on now. They don't know what the Cowboys going to do out there as far as tight end play, nor as far as wide receiver play. For the last, 5 to 10 years, you can say this, that teams already knew what Dez Bryant is going to bring to the table. Now you can erase that off the field, and now you can erase 14 years of what Jason Witten was going to do out there. So they're going to have to look at that tape and evaluate everything different. Right now, Panther Nation is looking at it saying, how can we shut down Gallup? Who is Gallup? And how can we shut down Terrence Williams? I'm about to say Newman. How are we going to do these things? They all looking at tape right now. And the extra 2 to 3 hours that they're looking at tape, there's extra 2 or 3 hours that we can be formulating how we can just run it down the throats of our opposition.
Man, I remember, it was one game I forgot. I think Jason Witten got so used to not getting yak, he used to just catch the ball and fall down. He ain't just let him tackle no more. Jason got so used to catching the ball and getting tackled and not getting no yak, he just caught the thing and fell.
Yes, indeed, boy. Yes, indeed.
Some yak this year. Hopefully, we can get some yak. Hey, man, Rico made the team, but then he got a little weed problem, so how that go? But he gets to put his rap career on hold one more time, and I hope he can give us something in the passing game. I hope he look back for the ball. I hope he blocked the right people. I hope he run the right route.
Look, man, let me ask you this, both of you guys. How good is really weed for you to throw away that opportunity? He can change his entire family.
I used to smoke it, but it ain't really not for no $1 million. Not for no NFL career. Because look, let me tell you something. I stopped when I started working at this little funk ass hospital, so I know you can stop when it's time to play some pro damn football now.
Yes, indeed, man. I don't have all the stories. I know people going to come with the fact chasers and they're going to be like, hey, man, blah, blah. Like, look, hey, I don't have all of the information on this. But all I do know for sure that the brother needs to stay focused. I'm telling you, man, 6'7", 6'8", however tall he is, all coaching have to do is tell this man, run a vertical route. Be a decoy, because this team, something special already. If you just add in what this big Rico can do, man, it'll just be something medieval.
I'm not drafting Rico Gathers on my fantasy team, so don't even.
Joe, what you got, man?
Nah, it's not worth it, man. I don't think, for that contract that you're trying to make, you're trying to build something for yourself. It's not worth it. You know that the league has a very staunch, policy in place. Just don't mess with it. It's just not worth it.
Hey, they say you pronounce the kicker last name Maher. I'm not saying this kicker's last name at all. I'm gonna let y'all know right now.
Maher.
I call him fella. Maher. I'm gonna call this grown man
Maher. Yeah.
Maher.
Yes, indeed.
Maher.
Nah. Maher, Mr. Kick. You know what I mean?
You ain't finna have me looking crazy.
Hell nah. So
let me ask y'all this, since you want me to quarterback shit. If something happened let me find some wood to knock on. If something happened to Dak Prescott, do you think Cooper Rush with the first offensive line and Zeke in the first set of receivers, do you think Cooper Rush could not stink it up, opposed to having Chaz Green, Kadeem Edwards, that one scrub from that one school that nobody know? Do you think that he could be serviceable as a backup in case something bad happened to young Rain Dakota?
Joe, man, take that one, man. Take it.
I'm going to say yes. I think we'll be okay. I think, honestly, man, and I know this isn't a popular thing, but I think there's too much overreaction on that. The looks that Rush got, he was on the run, man. You could put Aaron Rodgers there and he'd be on the run, running for his life. That's why they didn't put Dak in there. Can you imagine if they would have put Dak in there with those Chaz Green? I mean, you get shell shocked real quick with that guy. That guy was a disaster. And but no, I mean, if you put him out there with the first teamers, I think he can he can hold it down for a pinch. You know, I'm not so sure about the whole season, but you never know. Maybe he gets more confidence and that kind of thing. But it's all hypotheticals. But I'm not as worried about it as some fans are. You know, some people calling for Paxton Lynch, and come on, man, that guy sucks, dude.
Oh, buddy, man.
Yeah, I'm not for some of these names that are being thrown around. That's me. But what about you, Lon? What do you got?
Hey, man. Hey, this is the thing, man. How did Adrian Peterson do with those core quarterbacks? He had a guy named Christian Ponder, for crying out loud, and I think that they were still able to make it somehow decently close to the playoff. So if we throw in a Cooper, if we throw in a Mike Whites of the world, maybe we be serviceable enough if we can still have the running game and occasionally throw that long bomb out to the wide receivers on the outside or the outer edges. This is the thing. Regardless, if Dak Prescott goes down for a long period of time, they going to go out there and pull a veteran somewhere. They might call John Kitna back off the bench, right?
Big Bosa. Big Bosa.
They're gonna do something, man. But it is what it is, man. To me personally, they still have a big question mark on that wide receiver play. They may still go out next year and pull up another wide receiver. But if you're talking about the preseason and what Chaz Green, somebody reach out to Chaz Green because he did delete his entire Instagram account, Facebook account, and also Twitter account. He deleted that thing, man.
That too.
He deleted everything. So y'all go check on the man.
The way these people talking to you, man. Look, man, Chaz got cut. I wonder how many people went this Twitter and were like, about time. Get your fuck ass out. Go to Cleveland or something. I wonder how nasty y'all were. Chaz on his way out with y'all evil asses, man. I do, man, Chaz like that.
Chaz was stealing money, though, man. Embezzlement or something, man. They have to go and get Chaz. Hey, to me personally, when he was drafted, hey, he was one of those guys that was injured while he was in college. And then he went to the pros. He was still injured, you know. And to me personally, the guy that I feel kind of sorry for is beyond Chaz. It's number 99, Tapper. Mm-hmm. I feel sorry for Tapper, you know.
Tapper actually made it to the practice squad.
He did.
Let me read this out for you. I got to pull it up right here. Our practice squad guys are Darius Jackson, Lance Lenore, Charles Tapper, Donovan Alumba, Drez Anderson, wide receiver Drez Anderson, offensive tackle Jake Campos, running back Jordan Chun, and your boy Kyle Quero.
Cal Q, he made it.
Kyle Quero made it.
Yes. All right. What about Cam Kelly? He didn't make it at all, huh?
Hell no.
Damn.
So,
that's my God, man.
That's just currently where we at. But I find it interesting that first of all, Jordan Chun and Darius Jackson made it. Bo didn't even get called back for a second cup of coffee, man. Tapper made it, but you know, I thought Tapper was too old to be on practice squad, but I guess I'm wrong about that. And Lance Lenore, Mr. Practice Squad, he finally made it all the way back to the squad. So interesting for him. Something I noticed though, looking at the roster, they counted Tavon Austin as a running back. Which is interesting. The running backs are Rod Smith, Zeke, Tavon Austin, and Trey Williams. And, you know, Meazola Wiley is labeled as a fullback. So they got 4 running backs and a 5th fullback with 6 receivers.
Wait a minute. Trey made the team?
They got it right here. That would say right here.
I didn't know that.
I don't think Trey. Let me look up another website. It's ESPN.
Oh, okay. ESPN. They off a little bit, you know.
Because I don't think we got no spot for Trey to make the team. Let me see. I ain't saying Trey can't make the team, but come on, fam.
Somebody in the chat box, man. Shout out to Lag23 on Voch Lombardi's page. Co-free. Thank you for tuning in too as well. Hey, there's a donation button to help grow the nation. Don't forget to do that, even though it's on Voch Lombardi Party. Hey, join the party by making that donation, man. That helps us out tremendously. That's how we get these wonderful, beautiful webcams. Think about this, gas money for Voch to come on all the way out here to Dallas so we can do this thing live like 95 in person. That would help out too as well.
Free Law Nation.
Free Law Nation, baby. Free me. I'm in YouTube jail. Shout out to Joe Rod's page too as well, huh?
Y'all go ahead and touch on that while I find this roster.
Hey, this is the thing, Joe. What do you think about number 34, Trey Williams during the preseason? What did he remind you of?
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good to me. It was unfortunate that he had that. I don't know if it was a hamstring or growing or what there on the last game, but He looked good to me. I'm not going to say he looked like a Lance Dunbar. That's always the comparison. Lance Dunbar sucked. So to me, he looked like somebody with a lot of speed to catch the ball. More like a Darren Sproles type of player, I would say.
That's deep thoughts right there, man. I had him pegged as one of the plays, and I'm not saying don't crucify me, guys, but I had him looking like a baby Emmett out there at one point when I saw him out there. I know it was against 3s and 4s, but I think that change of pace would have been remarkable for this team. Short guy.
Yeah, change of pace. That's what we need. I mean, not that we do need it, but I think it's good to have, that change of pace back. Because you got your two physical runners with Zeke and Rod Smith pounding it. And I guess they're going to have that for Tavon, I guess. I'm not sure.
So, pardon me, Trey Williams did not make the team. The only guys that made the team was Zeke, Rod Smith, and Jamez Olawale, and my man Tavon Austin. So those are your 4 running backs: the fullback, the receiver, Rod, and Zeke. And to be fair, if you get down to that much, just sign a guy off the street to beat Rod's back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, man. Shoot, yeah. Joe, man, who you had as your wide receiver?
Who stood out for me?
Yeah, it stood out for you.
I like Michael Gallup, man. I liked him coming out of the draft, and I don't know. I think he's gonna just continue to progress during the season and take a stranglehold there. I'm not saying he's a number 1 receiver right now, but by the end of the season, he could be that guy. I mean, Beasley, he's got his hamstring issues. Allen Hurns, Terrence Williams, we know what he is, the body catcher. It'll be interesting, man. It's going to be good. But I like Michael Gallup. He's my guy.
Well, Joe, okay. Michael Gallup will be the first receiver. Let me just go ahead and just fix you real fast because you and Law on this same program because Michael Gallup is my son. And Law like to come out here and be like, oh, my pet cat, Michael Gallup. Oh, I've been love Michael Gallup. Nah, Law, cut it out, man. Michael Gallup is my son. You're going to have to like pick Leighton Vander or something. I don't know. Or like Dalton Schultz or Chris Covington or something. Michael Gallup and Connor Williams are my children. So stop it, Law.
Nah, thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at Michael Gallup, my son. My son! But no, man, Michael Gallup, man, I really, to be honest with you guys, to move all the biasness aside, I think that his first game he may have the butterflies in the belly. I think that maybe week 3, week 4-ish, you see like the emergence of Mike Gallup, and then you're going to see him galloping into the end zone from there, But week 1, I'm looking for them to come out with Terrence Williams, Allen Hurns, Cole Beasley, originally with those 3 wide receivers, and sprinkle in Jamez Olawale as the power back or the guy that's going to help block and run this thing with Ezekiel Elliott a couple of times. That's what it looked like to me. Feed Zeke, baby. Feed the beast.
Yeah, I was about to cuss at you, Law. Like, let's just run the ball with Zeke. Quit playing, man. Oh, but we can't just run the ball with Zeke because 80% think we're too predictable. So get a ball to somebody else that ain't your best player. Give it to somebody else. So for the sake of being creative, run a jet sweep with Rico or something.
Well, this is the thing, though. Even with that being said, this team looked different regardless as far as even if they say that the team going to be like predictable. It was only predictable because I think this right here was 60 or I guess let's say 50% of your offense was dictated about this guy that wore number 82, and then the other half was by the guy that wore number 88. Those 2 guys are no longer on this team. I'm just saying it, so they got to remove that predictability. They got to remove that out the way.
Feed Zeke and let's not overreact to this thing, man. I'm gonna try to set the phone lines up. People say they want to call in. I guess I'll give y'all a little outlet to talk y'all a little talk, whatever. Yeah. So we be asking all roster questions. Before I do that though, you think we're gonna be good at offensive line though, Law? We ain't really got nobody for real behind the boy young Joe Looney, and he looks solid in preseason because Zach Martin is technically taking up a spot on the 53-man roster too. So maybe they know. Maybe maybe they got a feeling Zach gonna be around or something like that. What y'all
talking about Travis Frederick, or you talking about Zach now? Because I think Zach supposed to be there.
Pardon me. Zach is not sick with Benjamin's Chrome disease, whatever it's called. Zach Martin is what I meant to say. Zach is on. Damn, Travis Frederick. Look, Travis is on the team. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Better not speak that curse on Zach Martin.
Travis Frederick is on the roster. How y'all feel about him and Joe and whoever the hell backing up Joe?
Hey, just Joe Rod, go first, man, and I'm gonna break down what I feel about.
That's why I'm not the host, y'all. Because Lord Nate's like, yo, Voch, you want a host? You want a quarterback this time? I'm like, hell no, man. You better. I just like to talk and cuss and fuss. You ask the questions, Law.
Nah, well, go ahead, Joe.
Nah, I think it's going to be a good test right out the gates for Connor Williams and Joe Looney if they start. Because that Carolina defensive line, they're pretty good. Pretty good at getting after the quarterback, especially up the middle. So how are they going to handle the defensive tackles in that scheme? Ron Rivera and that defense. It's going to be a good test. But I think they're. I think we're going to be okay, though. I like Joe Looney. I think he's rebuilt himself, his body. He looks a lot more – I think he's taking the position a lot more serious. Not that he didn't. He's kind of been known as the jokester or whatever. But I think when he's on that line, it's all business. And that's what I like about Looney. So I feel good about it. I do, however, think we may see some bumps with Connor Williams earlier in the season, but I think he'll get better as the season goes.
No doubt. Hey, this is the thing. I mean, we are a run-first team, and I think that running the ball and also methodically moving the ball down the field, whether it's dinking or dunking or not, this is the thing. Joe Looney's skill set, he's excellent as it relates to run blocking. I think that he's more of a mauler in that sense. He's not a technical guy like Travis, but I think that the rapport and the consistency that he have with Dak Prescott is beneficial. I always say this. I will fall on the sword because I said, hey, man, we need to have Dak Prescott out there working with Joe. And I guess my guy, Voch Lombardi, my brother from another mother, he always said this, hey, Law, no. Joe Looney and Dak Prescott, they're going to be all right. They're going to be okay. And then the very next day, Dak Prescott said, you know what? My rookie year, I worked out with Joe Looney, you know what I mean? He was the guy that was snapping the ball, so we already have that chemistry. And I said, I'll be damned. I'll be dipped in bird stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to be okay. But my only reservation is of course, with the passing. I think that once he get his mechanics and his techniques and that vibe going with the live football game, I think that he will pick that up. But we run first anyway, so it is what it is.
Feed Zeke, baby.
Feed the baby. You got to feed the Zeke, man. He's going to be ready to eat. He's hungry. I'm talking about with a PhD type of mentality. Poor, hungry, and determined to get that rushing title back in his hands. Although he's still leading the NFL in the last 2 years out of rushing the ball. He's still leading the NFL, believe it or not, in yards.
Did your black ass say poor, hungry, and determined?
Poor, hungry, and determined. PhD. Put that on a T-shirt, baby. I'm from Linwood, baby. I'm from Linwood, Natchez, Mississippi, man. Linwood is all good, baby.
Let me set these phones up. Y'all fellas go ahead and take over. Let me set these phones up.
Yes, indeed. Well, as he taking the phone lines, y'all put in y'all minds and y'all thoughts what you're going to call in about, especially as we talk about this roster, who you have your reservations on, who you want to see shine, and how you feel about the coaching staff, etc. Joe, what you got on your mind?
Let me flip the table here on you real quick, Law.
Flip it.
Let me hit you with this. Question. Let's talk about our first-round pick, Leighton Vander Esch, right? So he's missed a lot of time here in training camp, preseason, didn't play much at all. So where do you see him? I mean, was the pick a wasted pick? Is he going to come in and play? What downs is he going to play? Like, what's your thoughts on Vander Esch?
I think that Vander Esch is going to have a real problem beating out Joe, right? So we know that. We know that he cannot beat out Joe Thomas. And then on top of that, there's a lot of Joes we're talking about today, man. Joe Rod, Joe Looney, Joe Thomas. Hey, it is what it is. All right, so I think that we have to put a big question mark on LVE, but we have to give him a pass because my guy, you already know what I'm about to say, Will McClay is one of those guys that's crafty enough. Because just like I threw Taco under the bus, last year, I was kind of upset about that draft pick, right? And look what's going on now with Taco, So I think overreacting law. Voch Lombardi could be real close to the 80% several times all last year. He's like, look, man, I'm gonna push law to this 80%. I'm gonna make him the king of the 80% right now because I had all of my reservations. And then you look back at Taco film last year, and not just 1 or 2 games. I'm talking about the collective game, especially the Raiders game. He had actually 2 sacks in that game that the refs was like didn't call holding, didn't call hand to the face. So there's a lot of things that I have to really sit back and look at and say to myself, just maybe Will McClay know what he's doing with this pick with LVE at the 19 overall, and maybe next year, when they do something with, I hate to say this, Sean Lee, when they move on from Sean Lee, maybe they insert LVE at that slot. I'm just saying. I know for sure that Cowboys fans collectively don't want to hear the fact that you drafted a guy at 19 overall, that he's not out there on the field. I know that's not a good pill to swallow.
Oh, Lord. Did you see Nick Saban clapping after that interception was thrown, boy? Did you see that? Did you see Nick Saban yesterday clapping? Oh, I bet Cowboys fans wanted to fire him. He threw an interception, cuz. Why are you clapping for that? I bet they wanted to fire Saban. Whatever. Salute to Sam G725 dropping the 5 in the super chat. Salute to you, sir. We got the phone lines lit, man. The number to call in is 515-739-1285. The access code is 309-104. I said it. It's in my description, and it's in the chat box. 515-739-1285. Access code 309-104. I got one of my regulars on the phone. He's a Cardinals fan, and his name is Cardinal fan, but this dude hilarious. So just be prepared for whatever he about to pull out on y'all. So
let's tell him to get it ready, man. Be ready. We on G waiting on O. Tell him bring it.
Right Cardinal fan, what's up, bro?
Oh, I've been ready. Hey, what's up, guys? Good evening.
Dosky Walski fan.
I subscribe to you.
Appreciate it.
I listen to you from Voch's channel. Yeah, I'm got to keep up on the enemy. I had 3 things as I'm listening to you guys talk that I think you haven't addressed enough that are the major problems for the Cowboys. First one is play calling. You guys had a lot of meltdowns last year in the second half. Come from behind. I don't know if that's a culture thing, but it's pretty boring. Also, explosive plays. I think, Law, you did touch on Dak's kind of technique. He doesn't throw a good deep ball. I'd be interested in seeing more of those. And I know you guys are a run-first team. I mean, you have to say that, but really, what's up with the wide receiving core? Seriously. So, play calling, explosive plays, wide receivers.
Man, don't come over here acting like that because we got company on the live stream, man. What the hell wrong with you, dog?
He asking some good questions, though, as far as play calls, wide receiving play,
Questions without sounding negative. Those are legitimate questions.
Because we got company.
I value your opinion, so I'm interested to hear what you say.
Because we got company in the doggone live stream. You want to act different today. All right, Carter, I appreciate it. That's all you got for the show?
Yeah, when you going to rap, Voch?
Hey, man.
Hearing about it.
Hey, man, I thought of some dope stuff today, man. I promise you. It's coming soon, dog. Stay tuned. I'm not gassing. I promise. This is the freestyle along the way.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone listening, put some money in that Patreon. Help a man fulfill his dreams.
Man.
We got an opportunity here to really help someone do their thing, and you can see as the channel's progressed, it's been awesome.
Wow.
Game, recognized game. You guys are throwing some quality content out here. Obviously, you're listening. How many people are in here?
142.
I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't donate money, because, sometimes that's how it is, can hit that subscribe button.
Mm-hmm.
Also hit Law subscribe button, and then there's the like button. Hit that little ding to give you notification. In the YouTube game, those likes and subscriptions go a long way. And they're free, and they take 2 seconds. So go ahead, support these guys. They're obviously doing a great job. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the insight. I hope those questions didn't come off as rude. They're legitimate questions that
you good.
I'd be interested in hearing what's up. So,
you
guys,
good.
have a great night.
Even though
positive energy.
Even though you acting fun in front of Covenant, we're gonna answer all your questions, Carter fan. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yes, indeed.
So he said, why is our play calling trash? Why are our receivers trash? And why aren't we exciting? Go ahead.
I mean, Joe, I'm gonna let Joe grab the flow, man. Joe, grab the flow.
You want
to? I'll take the play calling question. I think it's a legitimate question because, it's kind of one of the questions that a lot of fans and even Dez and Bryce Butler, these guys that kind of came out and called out the coaches, and might be part of the reason why they're not here. We don't know. It's speculation, but still, could there be something to it? Maybe, maybe not. But we do need to see how this offense looks coming out here. If we have a stagnant game, crappy game on offense, it's going to be something to be looked at. And for me, I've said this before. We revamped the coaching staff. They kept Scott Linehan. For me, if worst case scenario, this team goes south, Garrett is Jerry's boy. You got Scott Linehan there for the firewall, for the sacrificial lamb. That's just kind of how I see it. The overall look, it's got to look good, man. They got to look, they got to look good out the gate.
First of all, I think a lot more of these plays would be good play calls if the players would execute.
I know you're gonna say. Go ahead.
100%. When we not blocking right up front, of course the play call looks bad. And if you Dez Bryant and you don't run a whole gang of routes, then why would I call a route you can't run? So maybe it's Dez and Bryce's fault that the play play calls were restricted. Because Bryce Butler, he'll catch one, drop two, catch two, drop one. You know what I mean? So maybe we ain't want to put that much faith in Bryce Butler. The main two people that's hating, the people ain't even on the team no more. I ain't trying to hear all that.
Yes, indeed. We're not trying to hear all that. But before I go, I'm going to have to just say this. I
don't even want to hear long.
This is the thing, man. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it. I'm just playing. But this is the thing. How unique, how special, I'm going to ask you two, Joe and Voch, and also those that's in the chat box and also on my Facebook panel elite. Shout out to Frank Grady, and also Samuel. I'm going to ask you guys this right here. How special was Jimmy Johnson's play calling was? How unique was that?
Wasn't that much. It wasn't.
Yeah, so anybody can go back and look at NFL films if you guys don't have the tape of watching the 90s Cowboys. The play calling was just very bland too as well. This is the thing. Run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott, force the opposition to change their philosophy on how they're going to try to load up the box. My guy, the Cardinals fan, the guy that just called in, I think that we saw that game last year. They was loading up 8, 9-man fronts, and all they try to put in everything. The mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie, everybody that was in that box, right? But Ezekiel Elliott still was able to beat that box. And they had a guy on our team, number 19, that he had such a wonderful game that the Cardinals were like, look, let me just go ahead and pick this guy up during the offseason because this guy was able to beat our corners. And to my knowledge, the Cardinals corners, they wasn't trash, were they?
Nope.
And they were still able to get the open pass. So this is how you got to formulate things, guys. If we can run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott, that would still open up the one-on-ones with the wide receiver play. And those who are in the chat box, nobody can tell me right now that Bryce Butler is a better catcher of the ball than I guess Voch Lombardi's son, Michael Gallup. I don't think that he's better than Michael Gallup, even at this age in his career. I know he's a rookie. He's not a proven commodity. But this thing right here, Michael Gallup, is something special. I think he can win the one-on-ones. I don't care what nobody say.
He wins with nuanced route running, leveraging, and setups. He ain't even quick and fast and tall and strong out there. He just knows how to separate from people, and plus he got his little burst on the end. He would have beat the hell out of Patrick Peterson if he ain't tackle him in the air. So I'm excited about my son. He ain't really got no special physical traits, but he knows how to just line up and play ball, man. And I ain't mad at that at all.
No doubt, man. So we cool. Anybody else on the chat line? Anybody else on the call-in line?
Hey, man, y'all want to call into the show? The number is 515-739-1285. Access code 309-104. I just dropped it in the chat box again, and it's on the screen, and it's in my description. Joe, were you mad at Dan Bailey getting cut?
No, I wasn't mad at that. I didn't really think about it, to be honest. For me, he was missing some kicks in the regular season. You know, playoff game with Green Bay, he missed some kicks. It just wasn't automatic. You know, he wasn't automatic anymore. And when you're not automatic, you're just. I mean, I hate to say it, but you know, you're just another kicker. And at the price tag, he became a cut. So.
Like people talking about how good Bailey used to be. Yeah, I remember how good Nick Foles was, and then
That's the thing. That's the thing. People get caught up in the memories. Like, oh, I remember when Dez did this. I remember when this guy did that and this and that. I mean, you can't hold on to those memories. In the NFL, is what have you done for me now? What, you know what I mean? And
Cowboys had Vanderjet. he had a great kicking percentage. He got old.
This is the thing I heard. Once a kicker goes south, they go deep south, and they don't get back up and recover. So
they don't.
I mean, it's best to get rid of the guy soon versus later. We heard about this already before that. I think that he had heard those footsteps stomping loud, and trust me, I don't like Dan Bailey. I love the guy out there on the field, but hey, it's all about the kicker. I can tell you this right here: Tom Brady can thank his kicker for winning him 3 Super Bowls or more, you know. So, I mean, the kicker does speaks volumes. And when number 2, I ain't gonna say his last name, Brett, but when he made that 57-yarder, they was like, oh, it's time. It's time to move on forward.
That's a good way to get a job, Ryan. Make a damn 57.
Hell yeah.
I just hope he can, I hope he can be consistent in the regular season. You know, like I said, I don't want to be an ungrateful Cowboys fan and complain about kicker, because if the only problem we got is kicker, then we should be fine. But however, I hope he ain't got to be as good as Dan Bailey, fam. Like, they ain't got to put that pressure on. Like, let's just be good. Just make your field goals when you kick them. Make extra points and just be great.
Do your job, as they say.
Billy Condiff. Remember how good Billy Condiff was? He came down, got old, he trash.
You guys know how it go, man. And what about this? What do you feel about this defensive front four?
Ready to rock and roll. The Hot Boys. I don't know about the nickname, but I do like the potential here, man. It's looking good.
I refuse.
Real good.
I refuse to call them the Hot Boys. However, I'm just gonna call them by their long form name. So, DeMarcus, Randy, Tyrone, and Antoine. I really do like the rotation, man. Because look, at first I thought they was gonna try to pull a fast one on us and leave Tyrone Crawford at the defensive end spot. But fam, Tyrone has went back home to 3-tech. Malik Collins will be in the rotation. I'm interested to know what this means for David Irvin. So not the High Boys, but DeMarcus, Antoine, Randy, and Tyrone. I would love to know like what the rotation is gonna look like, what the passing down is gonna be like. Week 5, like fam, I'm ready to go to war with this team right here. But if we can get David Irving in his good mode week 5, oh my God.
Hey, it is what it is. I think I heard the scouting report on the Panthers. Their whole front offensive line is just trash right now, right?
Matt Khalil was moving. He was moved to IR today, so they started left tacklers out. They got a cat named Taylor Moton. I was really high on him in the draft process. They may move him from right tackle to left tackle, so that means he'll deal with Randy, and DeMarcus will deal with the scrub, or they can vice versa, put Taylor Moton on DeMarcus and let Randy run free. So it's up to them.
I'm already ready. Thank you for tuning in.
That's what I'm most excited about. That we can finally do the whole pick your poison thing. Yeah. That we finally got pressure from both sides, and we can get it from the middle. That's what I'm most excited about.
Hell yeah. And then the weaponry on Gregory. His tool belt is just massive, right? We saw him spin and kick to the inside, right, with that twist stunt. And OMG, that Ben, man, when he come off that edge, this is going to be something medieval. I'm already ready for my film session and film breakdown for week 1. I'm already ready. I got everything queued up. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at Randy Gregory sacking the quarterback 4 times. It's going to be nice, especially your guy Cam Newton like to hold on to that ball because he wind up his throws inside that pocket. If you can keep Cam inside, my God, he better be ready.
Y'all see how slick Law referred to Cam Newton as my guy? Y'all see how slick he was when he I'm not gonna let Law pull one over my eyes, man. I will say, Law, I hope your Randy Gregory film session is fire because I'm dropping one right behind you, fam. And mine gonna be ridiculous. So, like, Randy gonna get all us some views this year. I'm excited. Randy and Jalen Smith. I'm gonna be excited keeping up with both of those guys. And hey, if Rico Gathers got the fan base, we can show him too.
Yes, indeed, man. I'm gonna be ready to be like,
this is Sparta.
I'm ready, baby. I know you ready. I know y'all ready to whip this thing, man. Let's go, Cowboys.
Oh man, so
do it.
Yeah, man, the Carolina Panthers having problems up front, man. You know, I kind of like Christian McCaffrey. I think he's gonna have a solid year this year. Now week 1 though.
We will see though, man. Hey, it is what it is. How do you feel? What's your over or under on D-Law? What do you think he's gonna do as far as sack wise?
I don't want people coming out here thinking that D-Law was some kind of fluke and that he can't do what he did last year because he could get more sacks. I think 14.5. He can get more sacks than he did last year because it's not like he's getting these effort sacks or these luck sacks or these right plays, right times. You know, he's actually using nuance. He's actually chaining his moves together. He has a plan before he walks up to the line of scrimmage. Plus, we got Randy Gregory pulling the tension from the other side, man. There's no telling what these guys can do as a combination. I ain't going to say it's going to be a Jacksonville Jaguars level pass rush because their pass rush is ridiculous. But if we can get David Irvin to beat him from the inside on week 5, Malik Collins, I mean, he had 6 sacks one year. I'll take 4 from like Malik Collins, whatever. I'll take 4 from Tyrone Crawford. But give me double digits from Randy and Marcus. Man, let's run it, man. I feel good about everybody on this line.
Hell yeah, Joe. What you feeling, man? What's on your mental?
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence is gonna have a great year, man. The defensive line got better across the board, I feel. So I think he's gonna get more one-on-one matchups. I think he'll see less double teams because of that. And he's just gonna go to work. He's that bring your lunch pail to work kind of guy. He's turned everything around. Physically, mentally, he's looking for that big payday, and he's gonna play like it, man. I'm ready. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this defense because I think everybody's going to eat on that defensive line.
And that's probably be the best thing. Shout out to Keith Woody, man. He said, don't forget about tacos and also Armstrong kid, DA. Yeah, we can't forget about those guys.
Taco going to be in that smooth rotation, and Dorn's going to take most of his playtime. So, good luck with that Taco. But Taco will be fine, man. But Randy got to get a break at some point. So
yeah. This is the thing, though, Voch. We going to need not to have D-Law to have like this monster crazy type of year because I'm gonna have to sprinkle this in the Khalil Mack contract, the Aaron Donald contract. Can you imagine if D-Law get like 17, 18 sacks? He just sitting there saying like, okay, all right, y'all gonna have to open up that wallet.
Let him fly. I want DeMarcus Lawrence to get his money. Let him. Because
I agree.
As long as we get the production, pay the man his money. Because watch this. Watch this. Y'all remember we was talking about DeMarcus Lawrence getting like $18 million. We're like, $18 million? What? And then Khalil Mack making 23 now. Damn, Aaron Donald making 22. Vaughn gonna get his money. Damn, we look at 17 mil like a steal now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm always a fan of going ahead and paying these guys and getting it over with, man.
That's quarterback money, man. I never knew that it would get to this point.
Because look, you may not want to pay Dak Prescott $22 million. Damn, let's see, like Mariota probably gonna get what, 27? or something. Like the next crop of guys gonna get even more than that. Come on, fam. We gotta go ahead and pay guys early, get it over with. For example, and I talked about this on my other live stream. Todd Gurley actually got paid early. He didn't sign his 5th-year option and get a new contract. He actually got an extension. So what they did was they paid him 1 year early. You know what I'm saying? So now Todd Gurley, not only does he set the market, but he's first. Like, we didn't have to go through his 5th-year option. So his contract runs out when he's 30, plus he gets the low number. So when Zeke got to get paid, when Le'Veon get his new contract, when David Johnson get his bread, they got to get more money than Todd Gurley. But Todd going to get it for cheap because he was first. You see what I mean?
So you're not with the notion of squeezing Zeke out for 5 years. You with the notion, both of y'all. I want to know y'all thoughts on this. This is important for me.
Pay Zeke early and get rid of him at 30. Zeke is 23, going on 24 now.
Mm-hmm.
You let him play this year, give him a 5-year extension. He'll be 30. He'll be 30 by the time that's over with. I think Zeke till he's 30 is solid. So after that, so look, you can give him a contract till he's 30, but guaranteed money till he's 28. Then we can just run from there.
Joe, what you thinking? That's a good thought, Voch.
I agree with that totally. I think you got to do that. Have 30 as that cutoff because it is what it is. You get to that late 20s right there at 30, and it happens to all of them, every single one of them. All right, so I'm on board with that. Totally agree with it.
No doubt, man. Your guy on the Voch Lombardi chat box, Slam Dunk. That's a cold ass name, man. I like the name. But he says, pay Dak, trade him for an asset. Don't pay him, man. Don't pay the man. Trade him.
Why would you not pay Dak Prescott? Like, just give me some good logic about why you wouldn't pay Dak Prescott. Plus, these assets that you want to go get, who would you remove to go get assets? If you go get a pass rusher, I mean, do you bench Randy or D-Law? I mean, you got 2 great pass rushers. I mean, do you do you bench Cheeto for a new corner? Do you bench Jalen and Sean Lee for a linebacker? Do you bench one of your offensive linemen for a new guy? Get assets where? I think we find now we're a team that drafts well. You know what I mean? I think teams that are always in free agency don't necessarily draft well. You know what I'm saying? Just these madden ass teams in free agency, they got all this room for improvement. They got all these spots open because they don't draft well. I think the Cowboys draft well for the most part.
No doubt, man. Well, just 100, man. Hey, it is what it is. I'm going to jump over here to the Facebook panel. I really thank y'all for tuning in to the nation. Frankie, thank you for tuning in. D-Law balls out this year. I would highly doubt it. Jerry will pay him, though. Thank you for that comment. Martin White, he says, whoa, that woke me up with that. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. I think that we all on team pay the man or figure out a way to work this thing out for his contract. I think you can franchise guy 2 years in a row. I think you can do that, right? You guys know?
You said what now?
I think you can franchise somebody 2 years in a row, right? Is that
yeah,
true?
you can do back to back. Yeah.
Back to back, yeah.
Costs more, yeah.
What do y'all feel about safety play?
With the pass rush we got, let me go play safety. We good.
So you're not with that comment, you're not Team Earl, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Joe, I want to keep my draft picks, man.
Greedy, yeah. Joe, what's up? What you think?
I feel the same, man. I don't want to give up draft commodity. Even if it's a third or second, I don't want to give those up. You got to use those. You got to use those picks, man. And I just don't feel. I know what he can bring, here in the short term, but we have a lot of more work to do on defense. But I feel good about where we're at. Like you said, the pass rush, linebackers, we're going to shut down the run. We're going to get in the quarterback's face. I think these corners they're going to feed too, man. We're going to get some turnovers, interceptions. They're going to be able to roam around some more. Jeff Heath running around like a madman. Xavier Woods can make some plays. So I feel good about what we have right now.
No doubt, man. That's 100, man. I'm really feeling what you guys saying. So right now we don't have to be over the top with Earl, right? Is that the consensus that you guys saying? Because I'm saying that maybe extra help out there will eventually help out number 25 on the team. And we already know that number 38, Jeff Heath, I think that he's a good rotational piece. I just don't feel comfortable having Jeff Heath still to this day out there 100% of the time. But
can I hit you with some Cowboy Illuminati stuff?
Hit me with it, man. I'm trying to dodge it now, but hit me with it.
What if our corners and safeties weren't really bad this whole time? What if our pass rush was just trash?
As it relates to last year, or I'm
talking about more so year before that. Like, what if Jeff Heath was a gangster this whole time, but we just couldn't get to the quarterback and he just looked bad? But DeMarcus Lawrence get 14 sacks and we trust Jeff Heath a little better. Then imagine if we get a few more sacks and a little more pressure. Can we trust Jeff Heath a little bit more and a little bit more? What if he was never trash this whole time, but George Selby was just rushing? You know what I mean?
ESPN 30 for 30. What if I told you, right? It's one of those days. I don't know, man.
I think with our enhanced pass rush, I think our safety play is going to be much better this year.
Hey, let me ask you this. Would Claiborne still be a bust?
Nah, Claiborne trash, man.
Man, Claiborne, he came out of the womb. I think that everybody had doubt on Claiborne when he did his first press conference. His voice was like, I believe everybody was like, oh, man, he got to man that up a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Claiborne tried to bamboozle us with that one good game versus Julio and had us fooled for a little time.
He won. He stole a lot of money.
So yeah, I ain't mad at it, bro.
And there's no scheme that you can cover that and help that out. You just can't just pour in physicality, man. Although he tried, and his body wasn't built for it, man.
So Law, let me ask you something. I'm looking at my chat box and I see Miss Tasha up in here. Do you think 2017 Dez Bryant is trash? Was trash?
2017 Dez Bryant was trash. I think Dez Bryant is Dez. And I said with development of Dez Bryant, he still looked the same guy from 2010 or 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He's the same guy. So my thing is with Dez Bryant was that he was to the point that he became the leader of the team by age alone, and he wasn't doing the things that needed to be as far as leader off the field and on the field. Now, I know I'm going to get crucified from the Dez Bryant's apologists, but, it is what it is. Nobody's beating down the door for Dez Bryant right now. I always use this analogy. If Julio Jones was out there on the streets, do you think that he would still be out there in the streets right now? Or do you think that somebody would reach out and say, okay, I'll give you 1 year, $5 million deal? Bruh, I don't think that stuff, man.
Khalil Mack was on the market for 2 days, dog. We heard rumblings, but then we finally officially heard that the Rays were going to trade Khalil Mack 2 days.
Boy was just gone.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted him until I saw what the Bears gave up for him. I'm good.
Now, hindsight is 2020, right? And we say about these first round draft picks giving up this guy, right? Would you right now give up a taco and an LVE for Khalil Mack?
No, sir.
Those are our 2 first round picks for the last 2 years.
No, sir.
I'm just saying.
No, sir.
Let the chat box say what they talking about.
The chat box will damn pillar smother Taco Charter, and they'll put a damn pipe bomb under Leighton Vander Esch car to get Khalil. I know they would. But there's some about cheap, serviceable players, and there's some about drafting your guys, 5th-year options. And, it's just I would love to have Khalil Mack. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, like, what if it wasn't Taco? What if it was like TJ Watt? You know what I'm saying? And like, what if it wasn't like Leighton Vander Esch? What if it was like Hernandez? You know what I mean? No. What if it wasn't Vander Esch? What if it was Harold Landry? I wouldn't trade those guys for Matt.
But like, I'm just saying a hypothetical world.
I just happen
2020 vision.
I just happen to have a bad relationship with Leighton Vander Esch. And me and Taco Charlton just not best. Like, Taco's not my son.
I'm trying. Hey, you remember that when he was saying, I'm trying, the movie, I always reference this movie, Pulp Fiction. When he was saying at the end, I'm trying real hard, Ringo. I'm trying real hard. And I'm trying real hard with LVE, man. All I can say is I just hope I just hope that he's no near close of Bobby Carpenter. I just hope that he can give us at least Bruce Carter production. I'm just hoping.
Easy comparison, man. Bobby Carpenter wasn't this much of an athlete. He just happened to be white. He was.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. From what we saw with what we saw with our eyes right now.
Van Der Esch got range though, man. So I ain't gonna say that. Van Der Esch's only problem is that he's soft he's soft in the trenches, you know. But like I said, if he's playing with Sean Lee and he's first and he one step ahead and you keep his job simple, hey Layden, go this way, go that way, or cover that guy, he'll be fine, man. With those big D linemen in front of him, he'll be fine, man.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I know people are going to try to crucify me, but just don't right now. I'm just saying I'm trying real hard. I still have faith, hope, and confidence in LVE. I just hope that he don't turn to that way. I know it's lazy comparison to say Bobby Carpenter. That's why I threw in Bruce Carter.
So listen, y'all want to talk about first round picks because they Van Der Esch and damn Taco Charlton. Would y'all let go of Zach Martin and Travis Frederick? And it's a third round pick. So Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, and goddamn Michael Gallup for Khalil Mack. Hell no. You're not gonna be able to do it.
No. But you know, my argument fits the narrative though. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to fit the narrative, you know, trying to put it in that box.
You just know people trying to get rid of Taco and Van Der Esch. That's all.
Well, they was our last first round draft picks though from the last 2 years, you know. So I'm not saying that next year we're gonna draft another Taco and another LVE, but I'm just saying though, Khalil Mack is Khalil Mack. The Mack.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. All right. Ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. I want your opinion on this, or what you think about who's gonna show up here bigger on a defensive back, Byron Jones or Cheeto Wuzie? Who's having the better year?
My mind says Cheeto, but it could be Byron because Byron's covering the number 2 guys technically. Damn.
I think Cheeto, man.
I say Cheeto, man. You know, Cheeto's naturally the better corner. I think he's the better player. But I mean, don't get it twisted, man, because Byron is still like that natural athlete, and he could. You know, what I think gonna happen a lot with with our corners. I think a lot less people want to try Cheeto. I think they want to try Byron before they try Cheeto. And with those opportunities, Byron's gonna make a lot of stat sheet stuff, but Cheeto is gonna be left alone a lot more. That's what I think could happen.
Yeah, man. That's a good question, Joe. To me, the reason why I said Cheeto, I just think that he just brings in that type of that Wakanda mindset, right, Voch?
Wakanda forever, magnify.
That's right.
He brings in that, man. He looks like he can be the walking mascot for that. You know, I just think that Byron Jones, although he's playing better, playing uptight, close on the line with that range, with that length that he have. I just think that it's Cheeto all day, even twice on Sunday.
I like it. Yeah, I agree, man. I like Cheeto out there. I think I like his swagger, man. I just think he looks like he's ready to go and make a huge impact for the secondary this year.
But the question of the day or the question of the year will be, will AB or Anthony Brown, will he have a better year than Jordan Lewis?
That is a good question.
I think Brown is he's a better nickel corner than Jordan. I don't think Jordan is a nickel corner. I think he's a boundary guy. And he plays big. It just happens that Chris Richard wants his long guys playing on the outside. You know, that's unfortunate. But as far as the nickel corner, I think Anthony Brown's a better two-way player than Jordan Lewis. But I'll tell you what, anything was to happen, let me find some wood and knock on. If anything was to happen with any of those corners, I feel good about putting Jordan Lewis on the outside.
Hell yeah. And that's going to be something nice especially out of our nickel formate.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
I got 190 people watching, so in real life, that's about 400 or so. So subscribe to Law Nation and Law Nation 2.0. Subscribe to Voch Lombardi. Subscribe to Cowboys blog. That's my man Joe, right? Even the people that ain't here, Cowboy Nation TV, my man's Foots, man, Mark Holmes and all them. Who the hell else? Okoye. Their acquisition is 24/7. Okoye Media, check my boy out too. Salute to all us, man. Cowboys YouTubers.
Yes, indeed. And right now we live on the Facebook side of the world. We on Phantom. We are actually on Big Game James page. Shout out and salute to him. Silver and Blue Nation all day, twice on Sunday. You guys know if y'all cut me, I'm bleeding that silver and blue, and I'm throwing blows too as well. I'm shooting them hands at you if you try to cut me. And also the Dallas Prospect. Yes, indeed. Every legend was once a prospect. And thanks for the donation to help grow the nation, Edgar, over there on the Voch Lombardi's panel.
Would you trade your franchise quarterback for draft picks and keep Khalil Mack?
Maybe
Would
that's
you trade a franchise quarterback for draft picks and just keep Khalil Mack? So if you're the Raiders, would you just keep Mack, get rid of Derek Carr, get draft picks, and draft another quarterback and just retool your team?
Quarterback's a dime a dozen, man.
Nah. That work? That's rare. Yeah, like people think it's easy to just walk in and do what Dak Prescott did, which kind of blows me away by how people kind of on him like that. But to walk in year one and to win 13 games, man, it is hard to adapt to the NFL like that, man. Some rookie players do it, some rookie guys don't. More guys don't than they do than the guys that do. You know what I'm saying? So let's not even act like you could just go get some guy. Like if your team's good, you can just get some rookie and win year one. It don't work that way.
It don't, man. And I've never seen it work that way either, Quarterback's something special, man. I mean, if you look back at it through the 90s, a lot of people was doubting Troy. They was like, he can't do this, he can't do that. You remember that, Joe? Especially that 1 in 15 year. And then they had the emergence of, Steve Voch. They had all those other guys out there that everybody was like, hey, put this guy in, put that guy in, But quarterback's something special, man.
I was born in '92. Pardon me.
She missed them years, man. They're wonderful.
I'm 26, but I missed out on that one, fam.
Man, you aging me, man. Good Lord, it feels like I'm Godfather out here, man. Grandfather-law now.
Papa Law Nation.
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, how long you guys want to roll, man? I'm with y'all. I got my energy drink, man. I did some push-ups and everything, so. I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
So you work for the damn government and you don't work tomorrow anyway. That's you want to stay up all night.
Getting that government money, you know what I mean?
So peep this out, man. I guess I can hop in the chat box and run this phone number one more time. After that, we can wrap this thing up. I'm going to drop this phone number in the chat box, y'all. It's 515-739-1285. Access code 309104. I said it. It's in the description. It's in the chat box. Let me look on this on this chat, see if I can find something. I like our linebackers versus their running game. I guess they're talking about the Panthers game, so I guess we can break down the Panthers game a little bit. I ain't really keeping up with the Panthers like that, bro, but I do think we're going to smoke the Panthers. Now, it's the one time I'm being biased because I ain't really got a good reason why I feel like I ain't got a good reason why I feel like we're going to beat the Panthers. I just don't think that they're talented enough to beat us right now. So that's just my deal. Screw the Panthers.
I mean, you just coined a new thing that I'm going to use. I'm going to steal it. You said keeping up with the Panthers. You're not keeping up with the Panthers, right? So I'm going to do every week, just like keeping up with the Kardashians. I'm going to be like keeping up with the opposition. Or keeping up with the Panthers. I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to take that. I like that.
Stealing
the thief.
Hey man, have you ever seen The Wash when he pulled up the footage of homeboy stealing? He kept looking at it, rewinding it, like he was watching film, kept looking back.
Yes. But I'm gonna let the chat box, everybody in the chat box, flame box, hot box, the Facebook panel too as well. Hey, put down who you guys want me to do film on as far as the opposition. Whether it be the who's that guy name, their linebacker? What's that guy's name? Kuechly. Do you love me? Are you riding? You know what I mean? That guy. hey, we're gonna be looking up his film. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, y'all. It's time to wrap this show up.
hey, you guys gonna and also the tendencies, the weaknesses of Cam. I think that Cam. I don't see Cam Newton coming back when he plays from behind. You know, that version of Cam, I think he pressed, and I think he's like a mental guy. If you can get into his mind, you can win the game, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But he loved to do this. He loved to do that, you know. And I can see Zeke right now. Ooh, I know when Zeke, his first dance when Ezekiel Elliott score, I guarantee you he's going to do that. I guarantee you.
You know, if I didn't have a day job, I would probably do full other team scouting reports. I just ain't got time to do it. But that was my favorite part of coaching. Breaking down film and like finding stuff. Like player evaluation is cool. That gets boring after a while. I love to see what makes you trash and figuring out a way to beat it. You know what I'm saying? But I just got a day job, but I can't do it.
Can you imagine if you had like 3,000 good, strong soldiers? If that's like 10% of your followers, right? 3,000. That's all we're looking for. If they just make the donation to help grow the nation on the Patreon, you wouldn't even have to go to work.
3,000 people gave me $1 on Patreon. You wouldn't see me at the day job, and this channel would be so different.
Yes, indeed.
Coaches would be putting out hits on me because I'm so busy breaking their film down, figuring their stuff out. But that's just me. That's just how I'll get that one day.
Yeah. So that link is on Voch Lombardi's description box. Just click that link down below. Patreon. Make that donation to help grow the nation, man. Just do it, man. Just help us out. I just threw that in as a plug, man. What's up, Joe? What you got on your mind, man?
Man, I'm just ready for that game. I think we did a good job covering the roster here, the 53-man roster. You know, shout out to you guys. You know, it's been a while that we did this, and it's been a good time. But man, I hope that we get after Cam Newton, and I'll be looking forward to his press conference. Those are always memorable, man. I love Cam's press conference, especially when they lose.
That brother gonna have on a pink sealsucker suit with some annihilator color socks and some open toe sandals or something like that.
Cam wear size. Cam wear these shoes with his Achilles all out, man.
With the little ash on it, you know what I mean?
And a scarf, a polka dot scarf.
In 95-degree weather, right?
Right. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hey, you go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. You go ahead and wrap this thing. What Joe, plug your stuff, man.
Oh no, before you plug it, man, give the prediction. I need prediction, man.
Hey, man, look, it's Sunday, man. We can do this on like Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, we gonna have another show. Okay.
Come back and do that. Don't get the money away, Law. Come back. Come back, man. Joe, plug your stuff, man. Like I said, plug your stuff.
Yeah. So, man, you guys can find me out here on YouTube. Obviously, just look me up, Cowboys Blog, and Cowboys Blog Net on Instagram and Twitter. Hit me up. Really appreciate all you guys' support. Continue to grow with me and the guys here, Law Nation, Voch Lombardi, everybody else, man. It's a really good group of guys. Can't say enough about you guys. Appreciate it.
This my first time hosting, but if I was Law would make me go next so he can end on nothing but the best. So Voch Lombardi, plug your stuff, man. All right, so listen, y'all. I'm Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. Y'all check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Y'all kind of already on my channel, but if y'all check me out, man, I do film sessions. If you're a Cowboys fan, I've done a lot of preseason breakdown film stuff. I think I'm pretty good with O-line, D-line, box players, linebackers, running backs, and stuff like that. So check out all that stuff. And hey, man, I'm trying to get the Dallas to do some work with the Legend Law Nation, man, to get some work done. So like I said, man, hit that like button. Patreon for all us, man. Like PayPal's for all us, man. You know, support us because we give y'all the real. And with that being said, the man, the myth, the legend, the voice, the radio is Law Nation. Tell them where they can find
Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. This is your brother from another mother. No other. I don't look like Danny Glover, but I keep it cool with you guys. I hear the echo in my sound, but it's okay. We're going to work this thing out one way or another. You guys just hold back. This is me. Finna give you guys the thing. Smash that like button, and then after you smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe to the nation. And when you subscribe to the nation, there's another order of law that I want you guys to do. pluck that notification bell, because when you pluck it, that means that you're going to be in with it. And that's what I'm talking about right there. I have a podcast, LAW Nation. Join that podcast. I'm all the way live, even twice on Sunday. Guys, Patreon. I know Voch Lombardi say what's better than food and water right now is less than the bag of almond M&Ms. Go ahead and join that Patreon account. Help a brother out so I can be smooth with it every day. You guys know when I go live like 95, it is what it is. And remember, you guys are listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out.
The Duke of Dance, the Prince of Party. If you can give me the phrase that pays, you can win $10 million.
Peace, yeah. What up, man? Let's roll.
Hope so.
Yo.
What up, dude?
Yeah,
That was killer. That was
on this
killer.
thing. We almost there. Subscribe to the channel. Live on TV like Pleasure and Pain. We stuck in this game.